Join us as my baby celebrates his 10-month birthday over a span of 3 days because life was lifing. Okay, let's get to it. First, this is what I woke up to in my bed. Okay, love him down. But look at this child. In my bed. The time change has completely and utterly thrown my baby off, thrown me off. I have no idea what's going on in life, but I tell you what's not going on in life right now. Sleep. That's what. Because my schedule's been so thrown off, I normally wake up at like 4:45, have some alone time, maybe read some of my book, clean up some of the kitchen. I have not. I've been hitting that snooze and moving on with my day. Soon I was like, okay, bottle time, but what are we going to do with your hair, right? What are we going to do? Let's see. I have a Pinterest board that has all these different hairstyles that I would love to give him. And a few of them I've actually tried out before, and some of them I haven't. But I'm like, this is for the future as well. As my baby's hair gets longer, I don't plan to cut it unless he wants his hair cut. So I'm fully invested in him growing his luxurious locks out and me doing all kinds of different designs in them. But before we can even get started on hair, we got to figure out what he's going to wear today. So I was celebrating his birthday in a 3-day period because I worked on his actual 10-month birthday. So that threw me off. It was a total oversight. So I was like, I need to celebrate him the day before, have his TT celebrate him the day of, and then the day after celebrate him again because he deserves it. Even though he don't know what's going on, I don't care. So he went from what he had on to Star Wars. We were definitely at Star Wars house, as you may know. Now, normally my baby doesn't start getting sleepy until like 9:30, 10 a.m. and I put him down for his first nap of the day. But he was so thrown off with the whole time change that he was sleepy a lot earlier than anticipated. And I was like, Mom, oh, my sweet baby. Okay, well, Mommy put you down for your first nap earlier. And we'll continue to celebrate once you wake up. And when he woke up, it was time for another bottle. And I just noticed that he was just being so lackadaisical. He's normally has way more energy in the day than he was. So I was like, Lord, is my baby getting sick? And let me tell you something. If I feel like he's getting sick, I'm going to give me a little Tylenol. I'm going to take me a little temperature. And he was just really into laying on me. And I just really think he was just so tired. And I was like concerned. Overall, he ended up being totally fine. But I was just like, my sweet baby, what's wrong? Hey, maybe he needed some extra cuddles today, and that was fine with me. Then he wanted to sing to me his greatest hits, so I'll let y'all be the judge of how amazing he is. Then I put him in his playpen and let him play around a little bit before I fixed his breakfast, the breakfast of champions, for his pregame, for his B-Day weekend celebration. He had raspberries and blueberries cut up, shredded mild cheddar cheese. He had apple and carrot sauce that I mixed together and made myself. And he also had a PB&J with some regular white bread, regular peanut butter, and some blackberry compote that I got from the farmer's market. I'm starting this new thing where I'm completely starting to let him feed himself from his plate by putting his plate on his tray and letting him decide what he's going to eat. At first, I was putting pieces of the food on the tray itself, but now I'm trying to let him be a little bit more of a big boy and him pick out what he wants to eat himself and then put it back. It is a work in progress because when he first saw it, he was like, girl, why do I have a whole tray on here? I don't know what to do with this. I'm hungry, but I don't know what to do. And this is what it looked like after we were done eating. A few things he did not completely finish, which is fine. I just put them right back into the refrigerator because leftovers are a name we know well in this house, okay? And then I let him tire himself out a little bit by walking around his walker. He loves that thing. He'd be all up and through the house on that doggone walker. Then all of a sudden he was sleepy again. And you might think we've done a lot in that time period, but barely an hour had passed, which had me thinking he was sick once again. But I guess my baby was just really tired all day long. When he did wake up, we did some activities in his room, and I love that his room is just full of educational things because we gets down in that room and we don't play, okay? But we do play, okay? And not even 10 minutes later, he was back asleep. And so the first day of pre-gaming for the birthday was, hey, it wasn't an epic fail because guess what? It's his birthday and he can sleep if he wants to. Let's move on to the next day with TT. Day 2, his TT took him over to the park. Like, I'm taking advantage of all the free parks, all the libraries, everything my tax dollars pay for, okay? Then he had a little impromptu photo shoot. And he is into the habit of sticking his tongue out now. And I don't even know what to do with that. I just let him live his life. But soon after I got done what I had to do, and I said, you know what we need to do? Let's go to the Lincoln Park Zoo, because why not? It was so beautiful outside. So I took 2 of his TTs with me, and yeah, we went to the Lincoln Park Zoo and we had a ball. All the other parents clearly had the same idea because it was packed with babies and strollers and toddlers and little kids. It was like 70 degrees. We don't get that often in Chicago, and I don't blame everybody else for taking full advantage of the zoo. All the animals were also taking advantage of how nice it was outside. So we got to see actually a lot of animals. They had lions, they had monkeys, they had zebras. Like, they were out and about, okay? And my baby was definitely into it for a few minutes, but he gets easily distracted. And the most interesting thing to him was my earrings, honey.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, did you take your earrings?
After his impromptu earring heist, we walked around some more with his TTs, and we stayed in the Lincoln Park Zoo until the zoo closed, honey. Then after the zoo, it was time for some frozen yogurt. Now, I've never been to this yogurt place, but let me tell you something. Their froyo was delicious. I love the inside. It was real cute and real quaint. So he and I shared a frozen yogurt. It was vanilla with some brownie pieces and some caramel syrup and some marshmallow fluff. And yeah, as you can see, Buddy was having a time, okay? He looked like he did not like it. I really think it was the fact that it was so cold. But trust me, by the end of the process, he was all over that frozen yogurt, and he didn't want me to have none of my own food that I was sharing with him. But it's his birthday, so he can have frozen yogurt if he wants it. Then we ended the night with him eating one of his favorite foods, which is green beans. I don't know what to tell you. My baby is a veggie lover, and I love that for me. And we let him tire himself out on his little motorized car for a little while until it was time for day 3 of his birthday weekend. Now, I did have to work this day, but his TT had my back, and she took him to one of his favorite places, which is the library. And look at him with his little birthday outfit. You can't tell my baby nothing. He looked good, okay? And he had a blast at one of his favorite little places. He loves to go. The librarian knows him by name, honey. And that's the kind of librarian I love to see. Then after I picked him up from the library, it was time for him to talk to his adoring fans, aka his family, so they could wish him a happy 10th birthday because, yes, honey, he got a village behind him, and we coming strong. And since it was his birthday, you know we had to watch one of his favorite shows. We can't end his birthday without some Bluey. And of course, we can't end his birthday without a little special treat either. This is an Oreo cake that I got from the grocery store. It was cute little log cake. And he watched some PB&J Otter because he could do what he wants to. It's his birthday. And of course, he had to taste that delicious cake. It's actually not as dense as it may look. It was very airy, very whipped cream. So I was very satisfied with it, and I was okay with him eating some of it. Mind you, I ate most of this. But you know, I let him get his little one in, and for whatever reason, he felt the need that his hands were not doing the trick, so he needed to eat the cake with just his mouth. And you know what? It's his birthday. He could do whatever he want to do. And before we knew it, it was time for bed. He got his little do-rag on, his little Star Wars Yoda outfit with the Mandalorian. I call him Yoda, but I know that's like Baby Yoda. I know that ain't his name neither. But yeah, that is how my baby celebrated his 10-month birthday over the span of 3 days. See y'all soon.